Okay, are we back? Everybody's still here? Well, what just happened was what we in the business call a pro gamer move, where when you try and check your laptop temperature, you accidentally misclick sign out. So the laptop thinks, oh, you're going to log off. And then I said, no, wait, cancel the sign out. But too late. The game turned off because it was going, oh, you're going to be switching users. There's no other user here. Whatever. You know, you don't suss me, floof. Anyway, what I was going to say is I was kind of hoping that Nugget would be here because we're going to be doing his favorite playing next. Stop doing the sus, floof. I made a mistake. Deal with it. All right. Stop it. The Eurofighter Typhoon, EF-2000. A multi-role fighter jointly developed by multiple countries. Nicknamed Typhoon, its delta wings ensure stability, and its powerful armament can take on all types of craft. Now, if I had to make a theory as to which strange real nation would have come up with the Typhoon, I would say the FCU. Because the FCU is basically a union of using countries. Kind of like the EU. Yeah. But anyway. And flips on an emote. Then. Sick. Mad. This is well. Anyway, so real strange stats. The Eurofighter Typhoon was developed by the multinational conglomeration Eurofighter. Its first flight was in 1994, and it entered service in 2003 with the European Union. It is still serving. Its primary operators are the Royal Air Force, the Luftwaffe, Italy, Spain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Kuwait. As a more NATO standardized fighter, it is compatible with some American weapons. In fact, our base weapon, or standard weapon, we're armed with 112 AIM-9M Sidewinders. We're also armed with the MBDA Meteor, 38 of them for the LAAM. For the AGM, we've got the Brimstone, 24 of them. Although you can get it up to 32. And then for the HCAAs, we got the good old bread and butter AIM-128. We've got 60 of those. But we're going to go with these. As for our parts, it's better. I always thought that the Eurofighter was like the manufacturer, like or its designation, because I typically refer to the Typhoon as the EF-2000 Typhoon. Kind of like the F-16 Fighting Falcon. But our parts, we got our standard body parts, maneuverability, Quinn's custom and fire extinguisher, damage, range, and homing for the Sidewinders, plus homing for the Meteor, and then the data. As for our skins, we've got a mod for our Osea skin. Now, the Osea skin is supposed to be just like a standard air superiority like gray. But this mod, which is the pack is both for skin 1, skin, and then the trigger skins. This one is the Serdyukov pack by Lancer. This one is locked behind multiple. Special skin, I like to call it the D-Day stripes. Based off the RAF D-Day 75th anniversary Typhoon. Then we've got Mage, Spare, and Strider Serdyukov. Rot, Detlef Fleischer. The UPEO, which I think this is actually the canonical starter for Nemo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Typhoon is Ace 3's starter plane. And then we've got the prototype skin, which is also used by the Ace 6 Ace for Salka. I'm right? Okay. We're going to go with Detlef Fleischer. Time to hunt some mercenary dogs.
Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete.
So good in black and red. I mean, what? Black and red are great colors.
Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
For like paint or fashion, or especially if it's primarily black with red trim. Granted, some factions, both in real strange history and fiction, have kind of made it taboo in some regards, but you can't deny that they're good colors together. And I like to think that, you know, the Rosary Squadron did a good job of taking it back. As a mercenary squad. We're fitted.
Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace.
Alright, how much you want to bet that this is going to crash?
Doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck. Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Golem 1.
For some reason, every time I do two-pronged strategy, it crashes the first time I do it.
Wild and do dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to them like glue. Don't let them out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins. If you can't evade a missile, use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in a 9G turn.
This is mission 3. And I picked it because the Typhoon's best role is that of a long-range interceptor. Yeah, it can dogfight, but it's equipped with the Meteor. So I picked it so it could use the meteor.
One remaining.
I do this with the Tomcat too.
Radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Alright. I don't think we're gonna crash, because it would have happened by now.
Missile incoming. Evade. Break. What the hell? Caution. Missile. Caution. Large aircraft.
Also, I like
All aircraft stay
Knocker a lot more after realizing that he's also Schnee Leader, or his voice actor is, from Zero. He just loves to fly. Now, did we spawn these? We did spawn these.
enthusiasts utilizing the arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time. Enemy has a radar lock. Break now. We're just waiting for mission command. We'll live through this, Trigger. Watch out, we're surrounded. These guys are definitely a step above the last drones. Damn, they're agile. There's too many of them. These guys will go down easy. All aircraft, no change in game plan. Destroy the arsenal bird.
Yeah, when I picked a mission for the showcases, I pick it to show off what I think the aircraft is best at. Also, I try and match it up with what special weapons would work the best. And since the Typhoon excels at long-range dogfighting, Mission 3 is fantastic.
Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command. Gargoyle Squadron to Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help. The hell are we supposed to do? Status? Verifying the situation. Code 2, missile, evade! Evading!
Also, that's why during the Ace 5 showcase, you saw the same missions being played over and over again. Because a lot of the Ace 5 missions are rather gimmicky, which is great for a full playthrough. But for just showing off an airplane's skills and attributes, not so much. There weren't that many good missions in 5.
Caution, all aircraft stay alert. Get out of there. Breaking. Skeleton 2 lost. Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area.
Also, when we get to the Zero showcase, any dedicated anti-ship aircraft is gonna
Give our allies some time to escape.
not have a good mission, because since Zero takes place in a where the protagonist is landlocked,
UAVs. Don't let them touch
and there's not a lot of ocean involved in the war, there's not really any good anti-ship missions. I mean, there's Mission 4 and Mission 14, where they have a operation in there that, which would be Round Hammer and Mars, respectively. But Mars is rather short, and Round Hammer only really has one Aegis, a couple of destroyers, and mostly frigates.
Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
So, yeah. Unfortunately, Cypher doesn't get to show off his ship-killing skills very much.
Page 2, missile launch. More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
Not like 7, where there's a bunch of good ship-killing missions. There's fleet destruction, there's Anchorhead raid. I mean, you could consider the Alicorn part of that. There's Barbonti.
Gargoyle 1, caution, missile! Skykeeper, Gargoyle 1 lost.
To a lesser extent, War Crime Island.
Column 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an Su-30. Orange wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for
Yeah, for not having many Jerry. A7's got a lot of naval work.
I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared.
Good job, Mitch. Want as many guys out here as possible. I'm grateful you're around. Column 2, what's your status? Status report.
He's a predator.
Column 2, get a hold of yourself. Column 2, get away from the enemy.
Mage 2, support! Somebody!
And I really like
Column 2.
whether it be like actual seafaring,
Skykeeper.
spaceborne. It's probably why I like sci-fi.
He's long gone by now. Sorry.
It's naval warfare of the future.
All UAVs have been splashed.
Cross, I hope you're not calling me a son of a bitch.
I said what I had to say.
I hope you're calling me a son of a bitch. For
About
Skykeeper.
what? Not a girl who
Yeah,
betrayed.
okay.
Just not
It's
her
like-
DNA.
I'm pretty sure you're not calling me one, but
That was the right decision at the time.
there's that paranoia in the
I
back
should've
of my
let
head.
her
This
out
guy
of my reach to begin with.
just calls you a
Squadron,
bitch.
main squadron, withdraw.
No worries. Imposter syndrome hits us all.
Page 2, we have you on radar. You are cleared for approach. Runway is clear. Page 2, you are cleared for landing.
I don't really have that much to say about the Typhoon.
3,000 to runway. Page 2, lower speed.
Mainly because,
1,500 to runway.
one, I don't really know all that
Your
much
approach
about
looks
it.
good. Stay on course.
I know it's Europe's premier air-to-air fighter. It's also been doing more multi-role stuff. But the Typhoon was supposed to be Europe's answer to the
I
F-15.
need to be back. Stand by for further orders.
And
Be ready for your next
I
order.
don't think it could consistently
Squadron, this is the
beat
situation.
the Eagle.
Column and the other bases squadrons already joined forces and are engaged.
I mean, you know,
You
like
guys will arrive
like,
right in the middle of the
in
action.
1,000 battles, I think the Eagle would
Main
still come
squadron,
up on top.
eliminate all bandits in the current airspace.
But I think
We
the
have the upper hand,
Typhoon
but that
would
doesn't
do
mean we can ease
much
up.
better
Good luck.
than
Page 1, Wilco.
the MiG or the
Page 1 to
Flanker.
column 1, thank you.
Primarily because, European
Unfortunately, the
Militaries
two-front offensive was a failure.
don't have the level of
The
corruption
aircraft
that
carrier Kestrel 2 was sunk during the
the
attack on
Russian military
Farbanti.
does.
Carrier-borne aircraft
So they actually
mistakenly bombed
maintain
urban
the
areas.
aircraft. I'm sorry. But I honestly do believe that the flanker's worst enemy is its own military. Like, if you put a flanker in a or like an air force that will actually maintain it properly, and, put in better avionics, it could be a great platform. The Ukrainians like to think about it. Well, I mean, the bar is set pretty low. Yeah, I'm trying not to let let my American bias get the better of me, but you know. It's hard sometimes. All right, so next up, we're going to mission 15. For the final European aircraft. Also, what's our time? Okay.
The operation to capture Erusia's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work.
And
We need to capture
Part
the
one.
Erusian forces' general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war.
was about an hour.
The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both the east and north, and a task fleet will attack from the south.
Okay.
We will
Okay.
secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our
Oh
allies
yeah,
on
I
the
mean,
ground
flanker
and in the
liveries
water
do look
as
amazing,
required.
and the
By all
flanker
accounts,
itself
we expect this to be an
does look
intense,
cool. It's
full-scale
just,
battle across land,
you know.
sea, and air. Should you need to replenish your ammunition or make necessary repairs to your craft,
All right. So the last European aircraft we've got is the JAS-39 Gripen E, a low-weight multi-role fighter. The newly redesigned E model features a larger body, retrofitted large thrust engine, advanced avionics, and more. Its nickname is Gripen. This is basically the neutral workhorse style aircraft. It's cheap, it's efficient, and because it's Swedish, it doesn't have that. It's not politically charged, so to speak. Which is why there's a lot of smaller militaries and air forces buying it. But the Gripen E, however, is a more recent development, so it doesn't have a lot of adopters yet. Now the Gripen C, on the other hand, that's a different story. Anyway, it is NATO compatible, meaning it's, well, some real strange stuff. It is developed by Saab. Its first flight was in 2009. It entered service in 2018. It is still serving, and its two major operators are obviously Sweden and Brazil. But what I meant by NATO compatible, its primary standard missiles, we have 96 AIM-9M Sidewinders. And as for special weapons, we've got the AIM-132 ASRAM. We get 18 of those for the SASM. The 6AM, we have 36 AIM-120 AMRAAMs. And then for our final one, the cruise missile, we've got the Kepti 350, and we get 14 of them. Parts, they're the same as they've always been. Skins. I don't have any modded skins for this aircraft. So, the Osea is just the typical gray body. The Erusian one is the green and dark gray camouflage based off of the Brazilian Air Force's Gripen NG. We got the special skin, which is black with white details. which is apparently the company demonstrator. And we got the trigger skins. And we've got the Indigo skin, which is a very, very clean livery. I do like this livery. Speaking of Indigo team, we're going to be fighting them next Monday. Or this Monday. And then the Splinter camo, which is based off of the Swedish Air Force 6002. But we're going to go with Indigo.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Now, the one major problem I have with the Gripens, like the Mirage, it's stamina. It does have more armament than the Mirage, but not by much. Kind of on par with the S16, but where the S16 is usually encountered earlier on the tech tree, the Gripen is encountered much later.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a little bit, just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all of you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece. Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti reconstruction.
However, in this game, the Gripen is one of the few vanilla aircraft that came with the cruise missile. The only other one was the Rafale. Eventually, the Hornet Block 3 would get it, and then finally the Maverick or the Top Gun version of the Falcon. Ow. Yeah. One big problem with the Gripen is it is not armored. Probably how it got so nimble and fast. Yeah. It is the Swedish KED 350.
Cyclops will take care of the other.
Roger.
I have to break.
Alright, let's go up to the fleet.
Breaking out of lock. Predator deployed. Lock on. Click 1, lock 2. Hit. Okay, Trigger. The submerged area is all yours.
Whew.
You're low on special weapons. Fox 2.
Alright, the fleet's gone.
What do you mean retreat? The enemy has sealed off the harbor, preventing us from landing.
And more things spawn in the middle.
Take 'em out.
So we're gonna go that way. Drop off our cruise missiles, switch weapons
Split up.
for the
All of us tracks on, the
AMRAMs.
greater our losses. Roger that. The enemy is showing signs of fatigue. Feel the final blow. Hostile Archive Strider 1. We can still win as long as we don't give up. Target acquired. That area is all yours, Strider. Back up one squadron with Silver Bridge. Anti-air gun eliminated. Maintain course if you want to go back to resupply. Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is...
God, I love that mod that turns AMRAMs into ODMMs.
Air support considerably weakened organized resistance from the Erusian army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through. Understood. Understood.
All right.
Understood. Understood. Understood.
AMRAMs out. But unlike Project Magnet's spam rams, these AMRAMs actually do typically hit their target.
Target is eliminated. All aircraft, move on to assist other units. You did really well out there. You're just sure to bring it into the war. You'll be heroes. No medals they've got for you, but if you want one, come back in one piece. You need more air support. You can't hold the bridge much longer without it. Strider 1, enemy is locked on. Where they lost? We lost half our men? What about the reinforcements?
I don't know what I thought about that. It's not gonna be a bunch of skyscrapers everywhere. It's big custom updates for the games. Do that stuff. Yep.
Just too many of them.
My hometown of Kansas City is like that. Outside of the downtown loop, there's not really much in the way of skyscrapers. However, in the downtown area, there's quite a few, although Sly would probably laugh at what Kansas Cityans call a skyscraper. Yeah, I don't know if we have any triple story buildings, like triple digit story buildings.
Strider 1, missile launched. No reinforcements coming. Your fleet was destroyed back at base by an enemy raid. Maintain course to return for resupply.
Although, given our location,
One, this is Control
it
Tower.
might not be a good
Landing
idea
check.
for us to have, that tall of buildings. Because, I mean, granted, it's shifting, but Kansas City still is in tornado alley.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is clear.
And tornadoes love to eat tall buildings. They also love to eat mobile home parks, but yeah.
Fall back 900 yards. Price strikes is here.
Chicago is basically the New York of the Midwest.
Target acquired. 5 minutes remaining.
For better or worse. It's, for all intents and purposes, a coastal city. It is the Midwest's major trade hub. So yeah, the Chicago grew up real quick as a very large and important city in the Midwest. I mean, that's not to say that Kansas City isn't important either. Kansas City is a rail hub. In fact, it might be the largest in the country because we're centrally located. Every rail line goes through the city. But we don't have direct water access to the ocean. With the Great Lakes and the oceans. They might as well be. Or at least seeds.
They aren't as good as the ones on Silver Bridge.
I just realized I talk about the most random shit when I'm playing this combat.
Missile evaded. 3 minutes remaining. We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Like I'm supposed to be, talking up the Griffin, but here I am talking about Midwestern architecture
Down and move on to the next.
and transportation hubs.
Target acquired.
Phase 1. Barbati reconstruction part is under our control. Now, on to the enemy headquarters. Hey, those are our planes. Give them a wave.
Target struck and destroyed. Come on, dodge that missile.
These seven Yeah, they are freshwater. But their weather patterns are basically that of a cold sea network.
Bandit has a lock.
And economically speaking, thanks to a few canals, the Great Lakes have access to the Atlantic. I think they also have it with the St. Charles River, but that's Canadian controlled. But you could take a boat from Chicago, go through Lake Michigan, up through Superior, down through Huron,
Tank destroyed.
then through Erie, take the Erie Canal to the Hudson River, and the Hudson River would take you through New York and out into
Lock on bandit.
I need a motor. I lost track of time. I do not want to fight knee-high with cruise missiles.
30 seconds remaining. Maintain course if you want to go back to resupply.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower.
We'll take the Azracs.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower.
Fighting
Runway is
knee-high with
clear.
cruise missiles. Non-critical area, this bitch. Well, why do you think I took the Azracs? They're basically the missile equivalent of a shotgun. Ha! I am too nimble and dodgy. You can't hit me. Fuck you. Blam!
Missile away.
Oh yeah, I totally get that scale.
All aircraft.
You kind of have a microcosm
Lancaster. We have the upper
of what the Midwest goes through every spring.
operation to eliminate all enemy
But because you're
satellites.
right by your body of water, it's amplified for you
The end of
guys.
the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? Because I'm buying. Roger that. Man, don't jinx us. You're right. New bogies. No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
Yeah, I've heard of the weather phenomenon known as the nor'easter. I would not want to be caught in one of those. In fact, I think I'd rather take my chances with a tornado. Because a tornado doesn't cover a whole area code. A nor'easter, I think, is kind of like a low-key hurricane.
We just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage.
Or at least
Monster is
on the same level.
We got to do something.
LRSSG. We have an emergency order from Mission.
Those of you who live in the Northeast,
Down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but
tell me if I'm wrong.
ask if they didn't have faith in you.
Oh, you're Ohio. Well, I was referring to the storms that came. The storm phenomena is called the nor'easter. But yeah, Ohio is Midwest. It is the easternmost Midwestern state. Now, my home state of Kansas, technically we're part of the Midwest. Oh, nor'easters kind of are low-key like hurricanes.
What's this guy eating to fly like that?
I think the reason why Ohio is considered Midwest is because that goes, the term Midwest goes back to colonial days. And back in those days, Ohio was the West.
Fox 2. Even the escorts are seasoned. See where your plane is headed. Eject. Forgive me. Good luck.
Now, granted, after Louisiana Purchase, Ohio definitely was no longer
Scratch the last
the West. I could see it. But no, there's actually a really interesting alternate history video by, well, Alternate History Hub, where Cody, the host, is like, what would happen if, say, the main Ice Age glaciers didn't go as far south as they did, thereby rendering the Great Lakes not a thing. Glaciers are extratropical cyclones. Their winds don't usually reach hurricane force. Okay. Well, that's why it's a low-key like a hurricane. I knew they weren't hurricanes, but
Fox 2.
I didn't really know how they differed. Other than that, because they're colder, they typically don't get as powerful. But still, my point is, and my original point was, I would rather face a tornado than a nor'easter.
Cyclops 3, I'm in hit. I gotta eject. Caution.
Cyclops 3 is bailed out safely. Don't worry, he's gonna make it. Listen, Trigger, real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not going home. I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. Rex.
Yeah, the thumbnail for that alternate history video was just
Time to take him for a ride.
Missile away. Bon voyage.
a map of North America. No, not a political map, but more like a natural map. But the main feature of the continent is gone. The Great Lakes. You don't realize how weird and alien North America looks without the Great Lakes. It just when I look at that map, it's like that is wrong on so many levels. Hold on. Thought I was hearing a buzz outside the headphones, but I don't know.
You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. He wasn't a bad pilot. Wiseman, missile closing! I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
But yeah, there's also another video, I think by Real Life Lore, that was
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Cyclops Wiseman! Eject already, Wiseman! I'm sorry, Count.
oh,
This plane exploded.
what was weird.
Wiseman, stay strong. We're not done here. Cyclops 2, you've got the lead. Wiseman! Shit! Negative, Cyclops 2, you're in the lead. I can't do it. Trigger,
Yeah, with no Great Lakes, there's no mission.
is yours.
There's no mission.
Do it.
Oh, why?
Damn it. Cyclops 4, form an element.
What happened?
Top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
I'm on autopilot.
Can Trigger handle this?
Took almost a minute for me to shoot Wise.
Missile hit.
Oh.
Now go finish the job.
Get Mr. Rex.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a mod or what, but Mihai tends to do that now,
My radar suddenly turned
at least on my game.
Respond. My data won't up.
I don't really care as long as Wiseman gets shot down, because that means the script will keep going through. Yeah, I figured it's one of them. I don't know which one.
What is that?
And given how many I have, I don't really... It's not game-breaking. It's just weird. So I don't feel like I need to figure out what caused it.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any
But that's not
response
the
from
first
outside
time
our
he's done
OS. Farbanti's now under OCN control. The
But anyway,
operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the
Yeah,
operational
there's another
success.
video about
Tied you to the scheduled airport.
North
All
American
aircraft
geography
leave this airspace
by
immediately.
Real Life Lore, I think. Where it basically said that the geography of North America makes it easy mode
Cal,
for
we all feel
civilization
the same
building.
way.
Shit. So why
And the two big factors is the Mississippi River Basin
Our troops
and the
are
Great
engaged at
Lakes.
Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area.
I can see if I can find that video and link it in the Discord. I really like those
This
kind
is
of
a
videos where
peacekeeping
it's like
force forward
explaining
base
the
near Erusian
geography
territory.
of an
Other
area
Allied
and how it
aircraft have probably been
affects
forced to make
the
emergency
development
landings at
of
other airfields.
civilization there.
We don't know much. The mission
Oh
to
yeah,
capture
it's
the capital is
North America is also extremely hard to invade too, due to geography. But more importantly, the Mississippi River Basin. It has the world's largest tracts of arable land where you can actually grow food and crops and stuff. And it's superimposed over the world's largest interconnected river system. And they all flow to the Mississippi River, which is the world's largest navigable river. Or at least the most navigable river. Because from Minnesota down to New Orleans, it takes a relatively straight course at a relatively shallow incline or decline. Yeah, it dumps out at New Orleans. And it's calm, it's wide. So it's basically a superhighway. And since it stretches so far into the interior and its tributaries are basically the same way, states like Kansas, Colorado, even Nebraska, the Dakotas, Iowa, they have a direct access to the ocean. Because, like, for Kansas, you go through the Kansas River, then the Missouri River, then the Mississippi River, then out into the Gulf, and boom, you're in the Atlantic. It's great. I need to link that thing in there. All right, that's the final scheduled aircraft. Yeah, we're doing okay on, or we're doing about what I thought on time. So we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Also, I'm gonna give my laptop a break because while it is still within safe temperature zone, I think it wants a chance to cool off. So we're gonna call it here. Tomorrow in the morning, about 10 a.m. ish, we're gonna be doing Dragon Age. Then tomorrow night, like late night, like earliest would be 9. Oh yeah, all times for me are in Central because I am time is hard. Time is hard. It's not my tism. I don't like to think about it. But we'll be doing the remainder of the Riddler stuff in Arkham City. Saturday morning, provided the storms don't fuck me over. We'll be doing Cyberpunk 2077. Sunday, Priority Tachanka and Mass Effect 3. Monday morning, since I don't work, we'll do Final Fantasy X-2. But the storms here would ship. That's good. Storms out here, either nothing happens or for about 30 minutes everything is like calamity and the power grid's going crazy, flickering on, flickering off. Yeah, that's Midwestern storms. But usually they only last like 30 minutes because we have nothing to stop them. They just power roll right through. No natural barriers. Parents call that Florida weather. Well, the difference between Midwestern weather and Florida weather is one, we don't have warm ocean air supercharging the storms, and two, our rednecks don't shoot at the storms. Our rednecks sit on the porch and watch. But anyway, let's see here. Monday afternoon, I think, we'll do the night playthrough of Ace Combat Zero. Depending upon when we are able to get started, we might actually just go for the whole playthrough in one stream. Then Wednesday, in the afternoon, we'll continue Horizon Zero Dawn. And Wednesday night, we will continue Stray. And then next week, Thursday, we're going to start with, or continue the showcase with, excuse me, with the Soviet planes, starting with the Fishbed, the Fulcrum, Foxhound, and possibly, depending upon time and temperature, the SU-30M2 and SM. But thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my randomness. Apologies for the misclick that killed the stream there for a second. And thank you, Sly, for the raid. Take care and have a great, well, I would say weekend because it's fake Friday for me. But have, for my American viewers, have a happy America birthday this weekend. And for non-American viewers, happy Friday.